Hey everybody, it's the Creative One back with another movie review. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, it's the Creative One. Today I'm going to be doing a movie review on the movie Weapons. So the movie Weapons is a 2025 horror movie. It came out in August 2025. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes long. So the plot at the beginning of this movie, there's 17 children who come up missing in the middle of the night from the same classroom. At the beginning of the movie, everybody thinks that it's the teacher that has something to do with it. Everybody is pretty much, blaming her from the children coming up missing, but nobody could prove it. It's just a big mystery. Nobody knows what happens to these children. The parents are livid, they're very pissed, which who wouldn't be? So it's people in the town side-eyeing the teacher. The parents are pissed. Everybody is blaming her for the kids being missing, but at the end of the day, nobody really knows what happened, but I could see why, everybody would be mad and pissed at her and think she has something to do with it, because why is everybody missing from your classroom? So, I could understand that. But pretty much in this movie, it's the parents in the classroom in the town, pretty much trying to find out what happened to the children. It is a lot of jump scares. This movie wasn't scary to me. Like I said, it did have a few jump scares. This movie is more like a suspense psychological thriller, because there's different genres of horror. So this is, more of a psychological horror. So like I say at the beginning, everybody is, looking for the children. There are some people, acting weird, they're coming off possessed. It was one man, this one Asian man, who was just possessed, running around. It's gonna make more sense, at the end of the video. So it kind of seems like I'm talking and not filling in blanks, but everything is gonna come together at the end of the video. The way the movie is that's how I have to talk about it. So, but yeah, like I say, it's pretty much just a town, and the parents trying to figure out what happened to the children. It is, some jump scares, the movie, I wouldn't say it could get confusing, but there's some scenes where one of the parents are having a dream, or it was just something that they saw, typical scenes in horror movies. This movie was okay. I thought the plot to it was all right. So it's the half of the movie. They end up showing that one of the boys from the classroom, named Alex, they show his great aunt, I believe, coming to stay with his family. She went to go stay with him and his mom and his dad, and come to find out that she was into witchcraft. She was the reason why all the children came up missing from his classroom. She had told Alex to get one item from every child in his classroom so she can do some kind of witchcraft. So when the aunt first came into the picture, she pretty much hypnotized or put a spell on his parents. Like I said, she was into witchcraft. So the reason why the boy Alex felt like he had to, do what she said is because he was afraid that she was going to harm or kill his parents, which she had already did. I guess she hypnotized them or, put them under some kind of spell. Why was the aunt doing this? I believe it was, to keep her younger, or she was sick, or I guess she was just sick into witchcraft, just doing it for control. So it was a very interesting movie. I thought the plot of it was okay. Yeah, that's what ended up happening to the children. They all got up, in the middle of the night at the same time because his aunt, had ended up doing witchcraft on him. So, yeah, it's a trip. Aunt Gladys was her name. She ended up doing witchcraft on all the children. She had like a stick with hair around it. So she would like just use, certain things. Like I said, she needed an item for every kid in the class. That's how she lured them. But yeah, all the kids did end up, they did end up getting found. They ended up getting found in this house. This one guy in the movie who the cop was chasing, who was trying to break into a building. I believe the man was homeless. He was a drug addict, but he kept on trying to get into the building and the cop kept stopping him. He's the one who ended up finding the children, actually. And he ended up telling the police, but they did end up finding them. But the children were pretty much possessed or under a spell, whatever you want to call it. This movie, it was a trip, but it is worth the watch. I did think it was pretty cool, like how they had kids in it. Like when you do a horror movie with kids, it just gives it like a whole different feel. It makes it a little bit funnier. I don't know why. But this movie was okay. Like I said, the whole setting of this movie is just like pretty much the plot is, the town trying to, figure out what happened, to the children of the classroom and, the lady doing witchcraft. So, yeah, this movie, it was interesting. I would give this movie a 6 out of 10. I thought it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great, in my opinion. I mean, it was all right. I felt like it could have been a little bit, more to the movie, but it was okay. At the end of the movie, the boy Alex, her great nephew, ends up getting a hold of, her stick that she was doing witchcraft with. He ended up getting a hold of that, and that made all the kids, run and attack her at the end. The kids ended up eating her up at the end. The kids did end up getting reunited back with their parents. So that was a good thing. I did like how at the end, that the kids, didn't die or anything. They did get reunited back with their parents. So I did like that. I thought that was a good thing. Like I said, it was a couple people in the movie that were possessed. It was all because of witchcraft. But like I say, the way the movie is set up, like, you don't really know what happens, until the end of the movie. So it's like it just leaves you in mystery. But pretty much when the auntie comes into the movie, that pretty much sums up the whole movie, that she was the one in on it. She was the reason why the kids had went missing. Pretty much the kids went missing because the boy Alex, his great auntie, was doing witchcraft, and that's what happened. So at the end, Alex, his parents, I don't know if they died or if they were just hypnotized, but he ended up living with another family at the end. That's really unfortunate that happened to his parents. It was one scene, where the great Aunt Gladys was at the table with his parents, and she did some witchcraft, and the parents started stabbing themselves. Like, damn, I could say that was probably the creepiest part, in my opinion. Like I said, this movie did have some jump scares. It was okay. I mean, it was all right. Like I said, I would give it a 6 out of 10. It was okay. But let me know your thoughts on this movie. What did you think? I thought that the acting in this movie was pretty good. Like I said, this movie was all right. I mean, it was nothing about this movie that was like, wow. I mean, it was okay. But thank you for watching my movie review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you've seen the movie Weapons, what do you think about it? Did you think it was a good movie? You could tell me your favorite part, or what was your thoughts? What was your opinion on it? Thank you for watching.